I am Ralph Carter. Fortunately for me in my life, I had the opportunity to work on a television series entitled Good Times. This happens to be our 50th year anniversary. I'm from Brooklyn, so I come from a family of 7 altogether on my mother's side. Then my father has another crew too, so we are a unit as well. Growing up in Brooklyn was fascinating for me. For the majority of my life, I've been friends with Brother Lawrence Fishburne since we were 9 years old, along with Haywood Nelson. Our mothers, Miss Maxine Nelson, Hattie Fishburne, and my mother, Lucille Carter, our mothers got along, so we got along. We all, at different times, were on Broadway and in Broadway theater productions as child actors. And along with that, Lawrence Fishburne and I, we went to high school. We graduated together. I began in a production in 1972 called The Me Nobody Knows. And in that production, I met some fantastic artists. Then I went into a play called Tough to Get Help. It was directed by Carl Reiner. And in that context, I played John Amos's grandson. So, my comfort zone with him was already established. Then from that, I did a trilogy of works with a gentleman named Galt McDermott. He wrote a fantastic production on Broadway called Hair, but I did 3 consecutive productions with him. One entitled Dude, another one entitled Via Galactica, and another one entitled The Karl Marx Play. So Galt and I had a wonderful bond, and he wrote some of the most beautiful music I've ever experienced in musicals. While I was doing the Karl Marx play, my manager at the time, Miss Selma Rubin, was negotiating for me to do Lorraine Hansberry's classic work, A Raisin in the Sun. It had been turned into a musical. Ernestine Jackson played my mother. Debbie Allen played my auntie. You had wonderful talents like Joe Morton. Our star was Virginia Capers, along with Helen Martin. Helen Martin and I would subsequently work together when she was on Good Times. She played Weeping Wanda, and she also was a great mentor for me. You know, she taught me how to protect myself.
Well, what would you do if the people give you a hard time at the school you're going to now?
Protect myself.
Different folks, same strokes.
Because I had worked with a lot of the actors that were on Good Times, it was a great transition for me. I felt extremely comfortable. The only problem I had for a couple of years was I was very lonely, because I was the only child on set.
I ain't no little boy, Daddy. I'm 12 years old.
You want to make 13?
And then the good energy of life sent me Janet Jackson. And from that time on, I wasn't alone anymore.